What's up, guys, and welcome back to Adventure Built. Today we're doing a full review of the Inspired Overland Carbonlite A-frame rooftop tent. There's a lot about this tent that I really like. There's one secret on the inside that you will never guess in a million years is in there. Stick around to the very end where I tell you one thing that I wish was just a little bit different. Stay tuned. The snow's going away and spring is finally here, and it's time to get these trucks ready to get back on the trails. Now, I've got 4 nights in the Carbonlite, and it's a very cool tent. Again, it's 80 pounds, which is super ultra light. Now, if you're the guy that takes his tent on and off your rig, this is definitely the tent for you because it's super easy to do. You can do it with one person, and it's super easy with 2 people. My wife and I were able to get it on with no issues whatsoever. It is a super lightweight tent. Now, what really impressed me the most about this tent is when I unboxed it, the fit and finish on thing is absolutely gorgeous. The hinges, the latches, everything is just level 10 beautiful. It all appears to be machined aluminum, and it is just very high class. Actually getting the tent up on the truck rack, like I said, was very simple, and the mounting hardware is just really basic, your typical mounting hardware you find on pretty much all the rooftop tents out there. I didn't end up using this hardware. I used, because I took the Ironman tent off and put this one on, I basically just reused that hardware because it was just right there. One of my most favorite things about this tent is obviously the fact that it's only 80 pounds, but with that is the sleek look of it. It is really low profile, and that carbon fiber roof makes it look just so nice, especially on the truck rack on the 4th Gen Tacoma. It is just take my money all day long. Now, deploying the tent is really fast. There's only 4 latches and 2 pulls. Let's time it. $119.50. Now that's fast. I want to take a minute to give credit where credit is due. Most latches on rooftop tents are pretty rudimentary, some better than others, but they're all just functional. These latches on the Carbonlite are absolutely phenomenal. Inspired Overland took a lot of time to get it right. There's pins so that they are secure when they're latched. They're easy to get out. They look great, and they're also lockable. So you can buy a pin lock and lock them if you so choose, but you don't have to lock it if you don't want to. It's just a really great setup, and they're super fast to open and close. Let's do a lap of the outside and we'll work our way to the inside. So like I said before, the carbon fiber top on the Carbonlite is absolutely beautiful. It's really rigid, it's ultra lightweight, and again, it is beautiful. That carbon fiber, the way it kind of glows in the sunlight, is just really, really nice. And the entire structure of the tent isn't just carbon fiber, the base of it is aluminum, and again, that's how they get that lightweight. There's also T-slots on the lid so you can mount crossbars to it to bring more of your favorite gear. The fabric of the tent is a really nice green color, and it's waterproof 2000D Oxford fabric, and it's also UV protected. All the stitching on the body is really nice, and everything is seam sealed, and I haven't seen any delamination whatsoever. Also take note, on both sides of the tent right here are diesel heater ports, which are integrated and make the tent go from a 3-season tent to a 4-season tent with that capability. A really nice touch. Now, the ladder itself is really basic, gets the job done, but again, nothing to write home about. The only thing I wish it had was where you can actually just push it up. You don't have to release each rung individually. There's a system in there that releases as you push it up. However, this works just fine, and again, it's ultra lightweight. Now, getting into the tent is great. The way the vestibule here, you have a lot of clearance. You're not having to worry about touching your head on it. It's got a good depth to it, so even if it's raining, you're not going to get your feet wet. Just a really nice design. Here at the front, you have 2 bags for your shoes. They're really rudimentary. The only thing I wish they had was mesh at the bottom to let water drain through if your shoes are wet and muddy. Otherwise, they work fine. And this right here is the hidden secret of this tent. An air mattress in a tent that is only 80 pounds and not even 5 inches thick. The entire tent itself is something you would definitely not expect, and is just a hidden gem within this tent. And I really think that air mattresses are kind of the wave of the future for rooftop tents. There's going to be more innovation when it comes to figuring out ways to plumb them into a tent to have designated air pumps with them, just to make inflating, deflating just really fast and easy. I absolutely love these air mattresses. Now, the one thing that Inspired Overland did that I think was just absolutely awesome is make the included air mattress standard. It's not an option. So this is what you get when you buy the tent, this air mattress. Now, the only downfall to that is there is inflation time you have to build into setting up your tent. So this air mattress, I think it's 3 inches thick. It's just super cush, and it's really, really comfortable. However, you do have to inflate it. To make inflating this mattress really quick, Inspired Overland suggests that you actually use the FlexTail Evo Pump 3, which I have the original, so I don't actually have an adapter that fits this nozzle really well, but this adapter I have here is close enough. But if you get that Evo 3, it's great. And it's not just for inflating. If you take it off this end and you put it on this end, you can actually suck the air out, which makes deflating it really fast, and it makes it flat enough to where you can actually close this lid very easily. I'll put a link in the description for the Evo 3 so you guys can click on it from Amazon. I don't remember how much this costs, but I need to get the Evo 3 just to make getting this thing inflated and deflated just a little bit faster. So this is the mattress in its compressed state, and it's maybe currently 1.5 inches thick right now. And then of course you have your condensation mat beneath that. And underneath the condensation mat is going to be a fabric bottom with aluminum crossbars, which is the floor structure of the tent itself. Now, of the 2 valves, there's actually a 3-way valve. This is the cap, and then you have a diaphragmed valve here, and this is the actual foam inner core of the mattress. What you do is you can flip this around. So this would be deflate because the diaphragm only allows air to escape. You open it up, flip it around, and then put it back on, and this only allows air to go into the tent and not escape. Let's see how long it takes me to get this air mattress inflated with the FlexTail. So minute 11 seconds. I went and got a tape measure, and you can see here the mattress measured out at 3 inches. On the vestibule here, there's actually a stargazing flap. You can undo this, roll it up, and it's clear so you can see through and check out the stars while you're laying in the tent. Inside this rooftop tent, you actually have 3 possible entryways. You have the 2 sides, and obviously the front here, which is the biggest door, is what I would say the primary entrance. However, the side doors are actually big enough to where you could easily get in and out using this side entrance, and they also have latches for the ladder to hook right on, so there's no having to worry about moving things around to make that happen. All the doors come with a mesh and then a fabric enclosure. And once you get everything opened up, there's a ton of views from this rooftop tent. Got a lot of natural light coming in, and you also have the stargazing opening here, which again adds more light. Just a really great design. Also inside the rooftop tent, you have this large pocket here, which is 5 pockets, and then you have your iPad pocket, which can fit a full-size iPad, and there's also an additional pocket above the door for extra things. Just a really great place to stash all your cell phone, wallet, keys, just a organizational dream. Now I'm going to tear down the tent to store it away, and the most time-consuming part of this whole thing is going to be deflating the air mattress. It's a combination of opening the valves, using your body weight to kind of push a lot of it out, and then using the FlexTail to suck the rest out. It's definitely not fast by any means, but you really have to get all that air out of the air mattress to allow the material to come in for it to close easily. Otherwise, you're really forcing it to close, which you definitely don't want to do. 9 minutes, 57 seconds. So that is not lightning fast by any means. The air mattress with the pump that I have, it doesn't suck the air out very efficiently. I don't have the right adapter, so there's a little bit of an air leak. Now the great thing about these latches is there's a hook, so you can hook it onto it, and you still have like a 1/2 inch gap between the gasket and the bottom base of the platform. So you can go through and you can systematically just tuck in everything to make sure nothing is protruding. And you want to make sure you really do that, because the only thing keeping water from getting inside your tent when you're driving is this gasket right here. So make sure you do check that, double check it to make sure that everything is pushed inside. And then all you do is grab the bottom here and just push it down. It locks in nice and secure. So I have one quick suggestion for Inspired Overland that would really just kind of improve the functionality of the tent. And that would be to have your own designated pump they would go with the air mattress and it would thread on. You'll notice when I was deflating it, I had to hold it. If I were to let it go, just because it's pressed in, it would fall out and then it won't deflate, it won't suck the air out efficiently. So having one that would thread on, so that way I could kind of do a few other things, you know, take the poles out, kind of put everything away and just do other things while the air mattress is deflating, that would be just really, really helpful. And my only actual complaint about this tent, there's really nothing you can do about it, and that's gonna be the footprint. I'm 5'10". When I sleep in this tent, my feet actually rub when I kind of move my feet around the roof of the tent, and that's because it's a wedge style tent, so your feet sit at the corner of the wedge. And you know, I'm not a big guy, but at being 5'10", I'm rubbing, so anyone over 5'10", you're definitely gonna rub. So be sure you test this tent out before you actually go and purchase it, just because you might be too big for this tent for the way you like to sleep. Now, I'm a side sleeper, so I typically bend my legs, and the only reason I really even know that is when I go from side to side, I stretch my legs out and my toes rub, which isn't a huge deal. I mean, I might roll around 4, 5, 6 times a night, so it's not that big of a deal. But again, if you are a back sleeper where your legs are always extended, it could be an issue for you. The only true way to fix that issue would be to make the tent larger or longer. And as you can see here, right here, the tent is actually sticks out over the cab quite a bit, and it's flush with the tailgate. So then you're just talking about an even bigger tent than it is now, and then the weight would go up and there'd be a lot of trickle effect of issues. So I personally don't find an issue with it, but something that should be noted. All right, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed that review. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.